Igbo presidency, and we're going through the possible runners and riders. We're discussing Oji Uzo Kalu at the moment. Jim Nwobodo, yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody that looks as young as you do, you probably don't know who Jim Nwobodo is, but Jim Nwobodo, not to be patronizing or anything, but Jim Nwobodo was a former governor of Anambra State under completely in another time, in space and time. So he is also agitating. So it's the agitation essentially for Igbo presidency and the possible names. So introduce yourself and tell us how you are positioned.
My name is Ovi Agbaje. To be precise, I'm actually calling in from Dallas. I'm a Nigerian, if you can tell from the name, from Edo State. Well, Igbo presidency come 2023, I think it's rather too late. And I don't think it's something that is foreseeable in the nearest future for so many reasons. One being that politics is a game, but unfortunately, it's a game of life and death. And as far as Nigeria is concerned, the Igbos are not playing their game at all. They are not playing their game at all. First of all, you are just a section of the Igbo elite who are clamoring for this presidency. The young Igbos who are saying, well, we are tired of Nigeria, we need Biafra, we want to go. And while there are some other section of the Igbos who can't believe that, yes, we want to remain in Nigeria, but we need to be restructured. So they are everywhere. You can't win the presidency of a country such as Nigeria when even your house is not in order. If you look at the Northerners, for instance, they also have their own issues. But when it comes to the national table, they are always together. So talking about the good presidency in 2023 is not something they don't even want it. That's just one thing. If they do, they won't go about it.
But Ovie, you cannot say that. You cannot say they do not want it, because they actually do want it. Because the Igbo setting, the Igbo scenario is a very complex scenario, and you have different, very strongly held belief systems within that space. So you're saying they don't want it because, of course, off the back of this just relentless agitation for Biafra that we're all...
Just because you are talking about it doesn't mean they want it.
Of course they want it.
That's what I'm saying. You are talking about the president of 200 million people.
Exactly. Who wouldn't want that?
They want it. When you say they want it, talking about it is gone beyond talking about it. What proactive measure are they taking?
Well, the proactive measures that they are taking is that they are canvassing support from other sections of the country. Hold on, let me finish. I'll let you come back. They are canvassing support from other sections of the country, and they are also trying to pressure that blackmail or guilt trip to say that everybody has had a turn at the presidency apart from an Igbo person. So they are going through all the two legitimate fronts that they can go through. So using the pressure of never having had the presidency, we've had maybe one person, but two instances of Yoruba presidency, Obasanjo as a military head of state and then as a civilian. We've had countless Hausa Fulanis, but we've never really had an Igbo president. So they've been hammering that point, and then they are using that point to canvass other sections of the country to say it is our turn, and then they are trying now to promote names. So they are doing things. What says you?
That is not good enough. Just because you are clamoring that you've been, victimized, legitimately disfranchised. So I'm an Edo man. I can also claim the same thing, but that is not enough to say, okay, we're going to give it the president. When I say what are the proactive measures, I will use Bola Tinubu as an example. That is a man that means business. That is a man that wants to be president. They are just there complaining about the heel that has been done to them. That is a fact. Nobody is going to argue about that. But if you want a president, you want to become a president for countries such as Nigeria, when I say proactive measure, how many of these people are in the north right now bargaining. It's about give and take. What are you giving? If you are coming to tell me as an Hausa, as an Edoma, that I should support you as a president, what are you giving me? Why should I support you? Telling me that, oh, you've not had it since the beginning of night, that's not an excuse. I mean, as I said, Nigeria is a very complex one. Everybody can link claim to that. I have not been president before. What are you, when I say practical, what are you doing? How many Yoruba people have you conversed on your side right now? How many of the Igbos? How many of the Fulani? How many of the Edos? You people are just there in one city, in one zone, fighting yourself. Between these 4 people that you put on screen, none of them can actually sit down one-on-one and say, okay, I'm giving in this, let me step down for you. No, they can't do that. And if you cannot do that in the game of democracy, you can't move, you can't go anywhere. You will just be on the spot making noise.
Yes, you are. There are things that you said that I agree with, and as I often say, it's a complex one when it comes to the Igbo presidency.
Nigeria as a country is a very complex country.
Yeah, no, exactly. And even that micro space, the complexity of that micro space is enough of an example to just let you know how complex the Nigerian setting is. So different interests within the Igbo setting, as we've already said, you have the quarters that want Biafra, you have the quarters that want the Igbo presidency, and then you have the quarters that want restructuring, and you have the quarters also. These are usually the money people that will just support some malam and continue to collect their dollars. But what we are yet to identify, and what I am seeking to identify in the course of this interaction, is a possible Igbo champion. This is the question. You've mentioned Bola Tinubu, and that is the example that I've said. Bola Tinubu, he doesn't necessarily have the backings of the Yorubas. In fact, quite a lot of Yorubas hate that guy, but that doesn't stop him. That doesn't stop him. Is singular, is potent, and is charging at it with full force. He was in Kano giving them bags of rice. He's in Katsina giving them money. Hold on, Ovie. Let me make the point, and then you can come back. You see, this is a guy that is already on the march. Don't forget, 2023, the campaign has started already, and
it's over already.
So he's already on the march. He's buying them up at the APC party. He's romancing them with bags of rice and money, the Talakawas in the north, because of course he knows that he has already bought and paid for Yoruba land. And if you can then capture the hearts and minds and the influence of the north, then he has the presidency. So he is already in the move. But my question is, the Igbo question, one, we know that they want Biafra, but we're not really talking about Biafra this time around, because of course there's also a conversation to be had about the Igbo presidency. So if we have that conversation about the Igbo presidency, which champion amongst the Igbos has the potency, the gravitas, the status, and the largeness of personality, like somebody like Atiku Abubakar, who has started his own campaign as well, Bola Tinubu, who has started his own campaign as well. But what we are hearing from the Igbo quarters is that it is our turn now, give it to us. So this is what I'm looking to. What says you?
That is what I said. They are not serious. They are not ready. You can't be asking, as I said, what are the proactive measures that you are taking? It's a game, and a game of power. Anything goes. It transcends emotions. At that level, it doesn't matter who you are, how you feel. What are you bringing into the table? How many people can you convince to be on your side? And as far as I'm concerned, no Igbo man is actually doing that right now. Instead, what I'm seeing that the Igbos are doing, they are actually seriously clamoring to be selected as a vice president. That's what I'm seeing they are clamoring for, not to be the number one guy. They are
second best again.
That's what
second best again.
As far as I'm concerned, that's what, and they may not even get it.
But this is the thing. Let me put you on the spot, Ovie. If there were to be an Igbo president, can you think of a name and put up like just a small little argument to defend that name? A lot of people talk about Senator Abaribe, who I like. I like his honesty and his presentation, but I don't think he's strong enough. But I don't know what you think. But can you think of a name, or you just don't think it's just total nonsense, the idea of an Igbo? What do you think? Can you come up with a name?
a name that transcends that region, that can actually be easily be sold to the northerners, to the. I don't. Peter Obi has been on the front of politics for past couple of years now, so it can easily be sold. About it be years, I don't know, because again, one thing we should understand that there is a correlation between campaign money and electability. So that's the angles where is this money going to come from to sell this person? Who is ready to put his million out there for this person? So
no,
Peter
hold on.
for me, I think Peter will be stand out as it is at the moment.
Okay.
Peter will be stand
Yes.
out.
Yeah, I'll take that name because that was what I pushed you for. But just to the point that you are saying campaign money and electability and everything. When Buhari came in, he didn't have a penny to his name, but he has the name recognition and he has the potency in the